Today we're going to look at delicious adjectives. We're going to learn some adjectives to help us sound more fluent and natural when talking about food. Very common topic in many English tests and also in life, of course. So first up we have sweet or savory. Surprisingly, many people aren't familiar with the word savory. I teach students all around the world and not that many of them know the word savory. Basically, it's every type of food that isn't sweet. Chicken is savory, pork is savory, beef is savory, bread is savory, nuts are savory, but donuts are sweet. Chocolate is sweet, candy's sweet, etc. Yeah, so savory, there's a good one for you today. What? Good? Just good? What's the matter with you? It looks amazing. Here are a few other examples that we can use. So absolutely fantastic, or you could say absolutely wonderful, absolutely excellent. Wonderful, excellent, brilliant, amazing, fantastic. They are what we call extreme adjectives. So if you imagine good, the word good, that's probably around 60% if we had to measure. And excellent would be like 80%. Absolutely excellent, absolutely fantastic, absolutely wonderful. This is all around 90%. 100% is obviously the best. So can you see the importance of these adjectives? We can really express our feeling, right? More accurately by using the correct words. Top tip for you, don't say absolutely good. Sounds wrong, doesn't it, already? We can only use absolutely to make extreme adjectives stronger. So words like good and bad, they're just normal adjectives. To make them stronger, we can use very, very good. Or we can say extremely, extremely good. But when we get to that higher level, 80%, then we have to use an extreme adjective. Fantastic. 90%, absolutely fantastic. So there's a good general tip. The good and the bad. Awful, absolutely awful. Terrible, absolutely terrible. Both good and bad. We can use absolutely and extreme adjectives. Okay, so the next one we have here, it's so appetizing. Appetizing. If something's appetizing, it is cooling your appetite. You know, if you have a healthy appetite, it means you love to eat lots. Or, oh, I have a really healthy appetite today. That means I'm really hungry today. So that's why we say appetizing. So if a food like this burger for me is very appetizing, it's like cooling your appetite. Eat me, eat me. Yeah, that's appetizing. We normally use the adjective appetizing before we eat it. So if you're walking around a shopping mall, for example, and you see some roasted ducks hanging up on display in the window, or some poached or boiled chickens hanging up in the window, we could say, oh, they look appetizing. We don't usually put something in our mouth, eat it and say, that's appetizing. Normally then, it's like beyond the appetizing. Appetizing is generally before we put it into our mouth. The next one, it's making my mouth water. You know, when we see some delicious foods, the saliva starts running. Yeah, we say it's making my mouth water. Here in Thailand, they say, Nam lai lai, Nam lai lai. My Thai tones aren't so good, so please forgive me if I butchered the Thai pronunciation. But like Nam is water and lai lai means like running. So the water's running. In English, my mouth is watering. And underneath there, we can see that is one mouth-watering burger right there. So mouth-watering is an adjective too. A mouth-watering burger. Do you know any more mouth-watering foods? If foods are mouth-watering, they're appetizing, aren't they? They're making our mouth water, but we haven't eaten them yet. Those mouth-watering roasted ducks hanging up in the window of the Chinese restaurant. They look very appetizing. And this burger in the picture here is very appetizing. Next up, we have scrumptious. Scrumptious. Is that a new word for you? Scrumptious. It just means delicious. It's another word for delicious. Scrumptious. It's nice to use this adjective, or all of these adjectives, in like an IELTS speaking test, for example. This would be great. Just the tonic for your speaking test. And you know, we say yummy. The burger looks yummy. Also, we can say scrummy. You know, scrumptious. We can shorten that to say scrummy. Scrummy. S-C-R-U-M-M-Y. Scrummy. That's more informal, more relaxed. But scrumptious, that would be more formal. I'm feeling ravenous right now. Ravenous. That means really, really hungry. R-A-V-E-N-O-U-S. Ravenous. Okay. The adjective here. Can you guess it? Can you guess what the adjective is here? Greasy. Or oily. Some people say oily. Oily. Greasy. Greasy food is usually covered in oil or dripping in oil. Like if you eat a donut, for example, your fingers might be greasy afterwards and your lips. It's a greasy donut. I'm a sucker for greasy foods. If you are a sucker for something, it means you really like it. I really love greasy foods. I know they're very unhealthy. I still think they're very delicious. Okay. So, other greasy foods. I'm sure you guessed. And I'm sure you can guess. Sorry, I was a little slow there with the slide reveal. Can you think of any other greasy foods? In the pictures here we have is that a fish and chips? Or a chicken and chips? We call those basket meals in England. It's like they used to in the past. They'd come in like a little wooden wicker basket and some grease-proof paper in there, like we can see in the picture. We call that a basket meal in England. They're very greasy, they can be. And the picture above my head up here, does anybody know the name of this food? It's very popular in Spain. They like to eat them in the morning after coming out of the nightclub. Churros. Churros. C-H-U-R-R-O-S. Churros or churros. They're Like a fried donut. They can be greasy. Over here. No, wrong way, John. Here. French fries, of course. And also pizza. Why is pizza greasy, John? We don't fry pizza, you fool. Pizza is greasy because of all of the cheese, all of the fat content in the cheese. When it's in the oven, all of the fat runs out into the pizza, making it incredibly delicious or scrumptious, but also greasy. And the meat on the pizza, as it gets hot, the fat will render. That's a nice word for you, render. If you put a pork chop on the barbecue, the fat is on the outside and it's a white color. As it gets hot, it will look like the fat is melting. We call that rendering. Oh, look, the fat is rendering. So rendered fat. It's good if you can keep that to fry your eggs in, for example. It's very yummy. Very healthy as well. Much better than seed oils that we see everywhere nowadays. So, we can see here donuts. Notice how we spell them in England? Donuts, or donuts. Donuts. Donuts, if you're from the US. Are a favourite of gluttons worldwide. A glutton, it's a good vocabulary. A glutton is somebody who loves their food. And maybe they love their food too much. Maybe they eat too much of it and they might be incredibly overweight, perhaps. A glutton. Do you know any gluttons? I know a few. Talking of the donuts, it says they come in different forms, shapes and sizes, and some even have fancy names. But they all begin life swimming in oil. This is a nice expression you can use. If you go somewhere and you order some food, oh my goodness, these French fries are swimming in oil. If there's a lot of oil on your food, you could say it's swimming in oil. Fish and chips, popular dish in England. Fish and chip takeaways are notoriously greasy. Notoriously. It's like famous, but for a bad reason. Like infamous. That means famous for a bad reason as well. The traffic in Bangkok is infamous. Bangkok is notorious for its traffic. So fish and chips are notoriously greasy, as are basket meals, as I explained earlier. Stir fries are another culprit. A culprit is like a guilty person. A person that's guilty of a crime or doing something wrong. They're a culprit. So stir fries are another culprit. Stir fries are often guilty, right? Stir fries can be greasy. Here in Asia where I live, we eat lots of stir fries and some can be very greasy. Tender. Maybe that's a very common word to you, but I can assure you, many of my students all over the world, they don't know this word. Many people use the word soft. Oh, I really like the steak in this restaurant. It's really soft. It's okay, you can say that. But we're here to upgrade, to up-level our English. So tender, tender. If meat is soft, don't say it's soft anymore. Say it's tender. This chicken is beautifully tender. And here's a common expression we often see. Falls off the bone or falling off the bone. So if we cook meat for a very long time, the bones should come out very easily. So if you cook a chicken drumstick, for example, maybe you're cooking a chicken chasseur, a nice chicken dish in Paris. I used to cook that one. That was on the menu. So if you overcook the chicken, if you keep it going for a very, very long time, you can take the bone right out the chicken. And all of the meat on the drumstick that is now off the drumstick, off the bone. It's very, very tender. It falls apart. So the opposite of tender is hey, tough guy. Oh, sorry, that's not me.
Hey, tough guy. What's the opposite of tender?
You just said it. Meat that is difficult to cut or chew is tough. Oh, this steak is tough. I've been chewing this steak for 20 minutes. It's so tough. And we have an English idiom that means tough. We say, the steak is as tough as old boots. But do you know the difference between crunchy and crispy? We can see here, look. Crispy food is usually drier. What do you mean, John? Dry. Well, like a cracker, not like a carrot or an apple. Right? If we squeeze a carrot or an apple, we get juice out of it. I used to drink carrot juice every morning many moons ago. Quite fancy a glass now, actually. So we would say they're crunchy. A crunchy carrot, a crunchy apple. And crispy foods is more for like crackers. Crisps, as we call them in England. Crisps. And you see here, these are crisps.
In America, they call them potato chips.
But
in England, we call them crisps.
Okay, Charles, calm down. What are your favorite crispy or crunchy foods? Okay. Now we have a negative adjective. Like crunchy food could be good or bad, couldn't it? But stale food is always bad. There's nothing good about stale. There are many ways we can use this word in English. But today, we're using the word stale to talk about bakery goods. You know, anything from a bakery. Bread and cakes. When we buy them at first, the bread might be lovely and soft, right? Like a white pillow. But if we don't cover it or put it away and store it properly, if we leave it outside on the table overnight, for example, the next day you pick up that bread, it will be hard as a rock. So we say the bread has gone stale. Can you see that? I made a couple of notes here at the bottom. The bread has gone stale, and pastries go stale. Is that okay? So we can say the bread is stale, or we could say the bread has gone stale. You can also say, when you finished making your sandwich, don't forget to put the bread away properly. I don't want it to go stale. Is that okay? We need to take care of our bakery products, or they will go stale. And nobody likes stale bread. Another interesting adjective now to describe these foods. What are these foods? Can you see what they are? How many can you name there? Let's have a look. My eyes aren't so good. Sorry about that. You got a close-up of my ugly mug. Mug. Did you hear that? My ugly mug? That's British slang for face. My ugly mug. My ugly face. So bland. Bland. Or tasteless. Like bread. If we eat bread, it's not like fireworks going off in our mouth, is it? With like flavors exploding over our taste buds. No. Calm down, John. It's just bread. So bland is like plain. You know, plain? Like a plain Jane. It's another English idiom. A plain Jane is a lady who, she isn't ugly, but she isn't incredibly beautiful. She's somewhere in the middle. She's like a plain Jane. So, like plain food, it's, you know, it's not 100% on the flavor spectrum. It's somewhere in the middle. So rice, noodles, they can be quite bland. But not to be confused with tasteless, okay? Tasteless is more negative. It's a negative word. Yeah. Tasteless has negative connotations. So I could say, oh, the bread is bland. If I say the bread is tasteless, and the baker heard me, he might say, what? What did you say? What's wrong with my bread? But if I just said, oh, bread is bland, he probably wouldn't say anything to me. So it's normal for some foods to be bland, like rice. We don't generally eat rice on its own, right? We normally add something with it. If we did eat rice on its own, it would be very bland. Can you think of any more bland foods? If we were talking about drinks, for example, I could say like water, right? Water's very bland. It's like not terribly exciting, is it? It's not like a freshly squeezed pineapple juice, for example, that's exploding with flavor in your mouth. Okay. Do you know any more food adjectives? I've only covered a few today. Some that I don't hear my students say very often. So I thought I would share the ones that I think are good and sound good and will improve your scores in your speaking tests, your English speaking tests, but not only for that, to level up in the real world. So there are some more common food adjectives I'm sure many of you know. Like if we go and have some French fries, for example, French fries are often salty, aren't they? So that's another one. How else could we describe the pictures here? The top left, we have some chilies. They look like Dutch chilies, not the little bird's eye chilies that we have here in Thailand. They're very spicy. And the bottom left, oh yes, I'm getting it right now. I have to point in the opposite direction. These, they're olives. Olives. I like olives. Olives? How do olives taste? A little sour? Perhaps. A little sour? A little salty if they are kept in brine. Brine is like salty water. Sometimes we can buy olives that are in brine. And over on the right side, we've got a tomato by the looks of it. And it looks to be like a gourd. A gourd. We see quite a few of those here in Asia. When I lived in England, I'd never seen one before. They're not common there at all. But over here in Thailand, gourds are reasonably common. I really like them, but they're really bitter. Many people say they're so bitter, they don't like them. And in Thailand, they have some students have joked with me and they say, John, if you like, in Thailand it's called malat, bitter gourd. If you like gourd, it means you're old already. So, well, that was never any secret, was it? I've loved them for a long time. Okay, I hope you picked up a few useful words there that you can use in the future. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. There will be more on the way. Thank you, everyone.